Hey guys, Thornton here, back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at another budget-friendly and also multi-platform headset. This one's from Corsair and it's called the HS35. It's been out for a little while now, but coming in at only $35, I figured it would definitely be worth taking a look at because that budget-friendly price is obviously going to open it up to a lot more of you guys. So we'll check out if it's worth the price in today's video as well as if it's going to be right for you. As far as for what you get out of the box, it's getting the headset itself with an attached cable on it. You're also gonna get a detachable microphone along with an audio splitter. Starting off with the comfort of the headset, that's always, a big point for me because if it's not comfortable in the first place, you're not gonna wanna wear it for any other reason, even if it sounds great. And budget-friendly headsets, I'm always interested, like how comfortable is it actually still at that price? But I have to say, I'm super impressed with this so far. These ear cups are really comfortable. It's some kind of foam in there. I couldn't find exactly what it was. It feels like a memory foam almost, and it has some sort of sports weave around it, and then down towards the inside of the ear cup you get a little bit of pleather lining on like the bottom half of it, which will obviously trap in some more noise, giving you a little bit of that isolation or noise canceling, and then you still get that nice breathability with that more sports weave fabric on the outside. And there's definitely plenty enough room in here, and as well enough padding to where my ears are not hitting on the inside of the drivers either. The foam like density, to describe it, it's not like so soft where it instantly like compresses down your head, but it's also not too firm where it's uncomfortable. It's that nice in between there where it still gives you that nice support and still feels really comfortable. Following up to the headband, you get that same exact like memory foam material wrapped in that sports weave, and again, feels really nice and comfortable, that same density of foam. And on the head, feels really nice, coming in probably around a medium or a little bit less a clamping force. And for me, that's just like that sweet spot there because, I hate when they're too tight where they're giving you like a headache almost, but it's also not at the point where you can like shake your head and have the headset go flying off like with some other headsets I've tried out. So definitely overall comfort-wise, super impressed with that $35 price tag and really cozy to wear like for hours on end. I definitely didn't feel like I had to take this off my head at any time. The build quality on these is pretty good. I mean, the plastic's not the most premium feeling, but again, I'm not expecting it to be for that $35 price point. I definitely don't have any worries about it breaking. I will say, like, when you're twisting it on this top headband, just the way the plastic bends is a little bit worrying, but again, it hasn't given me any issues so far over the week I've been using it, and like I can bend this up and I'm not worried about it breaking. Definitely has a lot of flex in it. I'm not sure if that's just by design and it will be fine like that, or if after flexing it, for so long and use, it'll actually start wearing down. But so far, feels really solid. Just a little bit questionable when you're looking at that plastic bending. As far as adjustability goes, this does come out into a metal bracket right here, which runs back down into another plastic. And I have to say, like looking at it and after moving around, it definitely doesn't seem like a weak point. The plastic feels pretty rigid here and thick. I definitely don't feel like this is gonna be a snapping point anytime soon down the road, but both ear cups come down to a pretty far point. Definitely gonna be probably working for anyone's head size. I think you'd have a hard time having too big of a head for this at least, especially with the clamping force not being too tight on it. You do get a very minute amount of swivel, and when I say minute, I mean like maybe like a quarter of an inch between the forward and back swivel. And I'll try to get a shot of this. It's very hard to see. It's just like a little bit of a half crescent in there, and it just rolls back and forth on that, and it kind of sticks to where you move it to. It doesn't like just roll back and forth super fluidly. So if you are someone that's wearing glasses, I would say it's gonna be really nice. Even though it is a small amount of movement, you can still move it back enough to where it's gonna get off of those frames and probably relieve some of that pressure on your head. The left ear cup is where you're gonna find all your controls, with your volume wheel being at the top, your mic mute button being right down below that, which you either press in and it'll hold in, or press in and it'll release it out, depending on mic mute or unmute. On the front is where you're gonna find where you attach your mic, and it's kind of funny, it actually comes with a little plug in there, which I thought was interesting. So if you're someone that doesn't use your mic very much, you don't like that like dorky looking hole just sitting in the front, you can pop this cap in and it does cover it up, but obviously when you remove it, you can just easily stick your detachable microphone in there. And I'll go ahead and give you guys a sound test of that now so you can form your own opinions on how you think it sounds. Alrighty guys, all the audio you're hearing right now is coming from the mic on the HS35 from Corsair, so you guys can obviously form your own opinions on how you think it sounds. Just remember, this headset is obviously not going to have the best mic because headset mics don't sound the best in the first place, and this one is only $35, but for what it is, I think it sounds decent, but obviously you guys, you can decide that for yourselves. Overall, so far as sound goes on it, I've been really impressed with it. Again, for $35, they are using 50mm drivers and also the pretty standard, 20 to 20,000 frequency range, with the 20 being your lows and the 20K being your highs. Overall, you hear me say a lot in these reviews for the price, and the reason why is because I'm obviously not expecting a $35 pair of headphones, to sound like a $150 pair of headphones that I have sitting on my desk. But again, for the price that they're asking here. I mean, I'm super impressed with it. I'm not expecting perfection out of it, of course, but overall a nice balanced soundstage. I will say it's not super bass heavy, but it's still there. I would say the lows are better than the highs on the headset. I feel like the highs are kind of softer. I'm not always coming through as crisp and clear as we get with the bass and the mids more in this. I feel like they're a little bit more solid, whereas my highs were getting lost sometimes. But I've been playing with like games on this for a little over a week now, as well as listening to music, watching videos, and I've had absolutely no issues with it. I never like had it on my head and be like, wow, this sound is not good enough for me. I want to throw on my other pair of headphones. Like, I never had that issue. And for a pair of $35 headphones, I would say that's really impressive. And overall, like, I don't think you can go too wrong with how nice these sound, again, for that $35 price tag they're asking. Wrapping this up, this is definitely gonna be a recommendation for me for that $35 price tag, even though this is a bit of an older headset. I mean, around that price point though, there's not a whole lot of competition in today's market. I mean, obviously there is a lot of cheap headsets out there, but I mean, as far as how nice this is, I don't think there's a lot other in the space that, I mean, I think this is a great option if you wanna look for that more budget friendly, but you're still getting that multi-platform use, and you're also just getting, you know, a pretty sturdy headset. To me, really comfortable, and the sound on it sounds really good as well. So if you guys are in the market for it and you're considering this one, definitely a recommendation. I think it's worth a pickup. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you found it helpful or informative, please do hit that like button for me, and do consider subscribing for more tech content and reviews just like this coming up in the very near future. And if you guys have any questions about the product or just my time using it, definitely let me know in the comments down below, but I'll see you guys in the next video.